Matthew S. Holland tells of how Jonah was commanded by God to go to Nineveh and preach repentance unto the people. Jonah was afraid and boarded a ship going the other way, but after a tumultuous trip he tells his shipmates to throw him overboard. A giant fish swallows Jonah, and after 3 days he is spit out upon the land. He then accepts his call to Nineveh. Yet when the city repents and is spared destruction, Jonah resents the mercy shown his enemies. God patiently teaches Jonah that he loves and seeks to rescue all his children. Stumbling more than once in his duties, Jonah provides a vivid testimony that in mortality all are fallen. We don't often speak of a testimony of the fall, but having a doctrinal understanding and spiritual witness of why every single one of us struggles with moral, physical, and situational challenges is a great blessing. Here on earth, ugly weeds grow, even strong bones break, and all come short of the glory of God. As our first parents learned, only by tasting the bitterness and feeling the pain of a fallen world could we even conceive of, let alone enjoy, true happiness. A testimony of the fall does not excuse sin, but it should temper our frustrations when things just go wrong or we see a moral failing in a family member, friend, or leader. Too often, things like this cause us to wallow in contentious criticism or resentment that robs our faith, but a firm testimony of the fall can help us be more like God as described by Jonah, that is, merciful, slow to anger, and of great kindness to all, including ourselves, in our unavoidably imperfect state. Jonah's story powerfully directs us to him who can deliver us from those effects of the fall, as it is symbolic of the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. Jonah's cry is that of a good man in crisis, one largely of his own making. For a saint, when catastrophe is brought on by a regrettable habit, comment, or decision, despite so many other good intentions and earnest efforts of righteousness, it can be especially crushing and leave one feeling forsaken. But whatever the cause or degree of disaster we face, there is always dry ground for hope, healing, and happiness. For anyone today feeling like I did during a challenging time that felt like being deep in the belly of a personal hell, that you are cast off, sinking in deepest waters, with seaweed wrapped about your head and oceanic mountains crashing all around you, my plea, inspired by Jonah, is forsake not your own mercy. You have immediate access to divine help and healing despite your human flaws. This awe-inspiring mercy comes in and through Jesus Christ. So for heaven's sake and yours, do not turn your back on that. Accept it. Start by refusing to listen to the lying vanities of the adversary who would tempt you into thinking that relief is found in sailing away from your spiritual responsibilities. Instead, follow the lead of the repentant Jonah. Cry unto God. Turn to the temple. Cling to your covenants. Serve the Lord, His church, and others with sacrifice and thanksgiving. Doing these things brings a vision of God's special covenantal love for you. As President Nelson taught, when the focus of our lives is on God's plan of salvation and Jesus Christ and His gospel, we can feel joy regardless of what is happening or not happening in our lives. Joy comes from and because of Him.